Secretly, I wish and yearn for the times of the 60s and the 70s when we said black power and looked in the mirror and said, black is beautiful. Secretly. But I'm not here for that today. That's just something that was on my mind. I don't have to have blue eyes, blonde hair, and I'm not saying that any other nationality or race is not beautiful. But I got to stick with who I am. Today we're going to talk about some people that advocated for radical change, self-determination, and systemic transformation to combat oppression. We don't see ourselves as being oppressed anymore because sometimes ignorance will take over the brain, especially if you're being bombarded by propaganda and information that was not intended for you to become better, wiser, and to get from under somebody's foot on your neck. You do not have to be the last group of people that eat at the table. The illusion of progress and the work still before us. We have been told a story that says that we have come so far that the struggle is mostly behind us, that a few visible successes are called victory. But the truth, if we are willing to face it, is more complicated because a society should not be measured by how it treats its most successful, but how it treats those it has trained itself to overlook. And when we hold up a mirror to America, to the world, we must ask, is this progress real or selective? There was a time when a fight was unmistakable during the era of the Black Power movement. Voices rose not just for inclusion, but for control, for dignity, for self-definition. Leaders like Malcolm X challenged us to think differently, not just about rights, but about power, ownership, independence. Civil rights without human rights and economic power is fragile and an illusion. Voting rights without protection is temporary. Representation without accountability is symbolic. What has been lost? Laws changed after the civil rights movement. Yes, barriers that were once legal are now illegal, but laws are not the same as outcomes. Voting rights have been weakened in practice through policy changes and access limitations. And we can talk about redistricting. Representation has increased in numbers, but not always in influence. Civil rights exist on paper, yet disparities in housing, education, wealth, justice remain deeply entrenched. Human rights, true equality, and lived experience are still uneven. The illusion is not that nothing has changed. It is that the change alone does not equal justice. And we must also confront something uncomfortable. Progress has often come at a cost. In the last 50 years, we have lost powerful black voices. You think that's just normal? Leaders who challenged systems, organized communities, and spoke truth without compromise, often died by the hands of those who oppress us. We're going to talk, I'm going to mention 10 black leaders from the last 50 years who symbolize what I was just talking about. Fred Hampton, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers, Fannie Lou Hammond, Stokely Carmichael, Kwame Ture, John Lewis, Angela Davis, Katherine Johnson, C.T. Vivian. Some of these leaders died more than 50 years ago, but their influence defines the last 50 years of struggle and progress, of which we have not participated in the way we should. Each of these individuals represents more than a name, represent unfinished business. Now, from an objective system level perspective, what must be done now? Not emotionally, not politically, not strategic. Economic coordination. Wealth is not just earned individually, it is built collectively. Communities that pool resources, invest strategically, and circulate dollars internally gain leverage. And it's institutional ownership. We don't have any schools, banks, grocery stores. We have to buy from the very people that have mistreated us all our lives. And if we don't buy from them, we buy from the new foreigners. You see, black folks were here, brought here, were here before. And if you want to know who the true Americans are, they're not Europeans. Education with accuracy and purpose. We have to study things that's going to better our communities. Knowing history is not about pride, it's about strategy. Political literacy, not just participation. We don't even participate. God alone knows we don't have any kind of literacy when it comes to politics. But voting matters, policy matters, global awareness matters. Equality is not just a national issue, it's a global issue. Unity without uniformity. Disagreement is natural, division is costly. Progress requires coordination even among differences. But here is the truth. No group in history has achieved equality by accident. It is built, protected, and sustained. So the question is not how far have we come? The question is, are we positioned to go further? Because those who planted the seeds but have not yet reaped the harvest must understand this. You are not behind. You are in progress. But progress without direction becomes stagnation. Hold up a mirror, not to see failure, but to see clearly, because clarity is power. Power, real power, is not given. It is organized. It is built. It is claimed. The list focuses on global influential black revolutionary leaders, anti-apartheid freedom fighters, liberation activists, who played pivotal roles in structural change over the last 50 years, from 76 to 26. I will not give these people Nelson Mandela, Thomas Sankara, Stephen Biko, Angela Davis, Oliver Tambo, Kwame Ture, Fannie Lou Hammond, are just a list, a small list of the people we owe to getting out there and pushing for our rights.